Hey guys, today we're going to talk about several different ways that you can save so much money, thousands of dollars, on your groceries. This one is going to be really helpful for you. I know that not everything I say will apply to everybody's situation, but everyone will have something that they can benefit from in the tips that are coming. So make sure you listen to all of them. Alright, so we're going to talk about this a little bit because I don't eat out very often. I don't eat fast food on the road that much, but the other day I was in the road all day and I had to grab some drive-through, and I had a little bit of a sticker shock that one fast food combo meal cost me $14, almost $15, and I was like, oh my god, I could feed 20 to 30 people on that. So I thought, you know what, I probably should do some videos showing people how to do that. So today we're going to talk about the different ways that I save money. You know, when I was single, I probably spent maybe $50 a month on groceries. Now that I'm married, I probably spend $150 a month on groceries, and we feed the whole family every Sunday. You know, my whole family and church people come over and have a big lunch. They're here all day. So basically it's what most people would consider like a holiday meal every single Sunday. And still my grocery bill is not that much. There's a couple of different things that I do to keep it down, and I'm going to share those tips with you. But also, if you're interested, let me know in the comments if you'd like me to start doing some videos showing you how to cook like some traditional old kinds of meals, kind of depression living meals that are healthy, hearty, filling, and very inexpensive. Will feed, I mean, I could give you meals that cost $10 that'll feed 20 people very easily. So that is a way that you can save money, and if I get enough comments saying yes, we're interested, I'll go ahead and make the effort to make some videos showing you some of those recipes and how to do that. But for now, let's talk about the ways that I find help me to save the most on my groceries. Now, one of the easiest ways to save money, of course, is to grow a garden or have some livestock. Now, I know not everyone has the grounds to do that, so stick with me. I'm going to give you lots of ways to do it without having this option, but we do have to start here because this is going to be the biggest money saver for you. If you can grow a garden, especially if you're starting from seed, especially if you're saving your own seed, it's literally costing you pretty much nothing but time and energy. And maybe a little water every once in a while. So that is going to just save you so much, and it's so much more satisfying. And here's a great tip that I have found. For kids that are picky eaters, if they put a little work into growing it themselves, let them pick it, let them cook it, they're going to be so proud of it, they're going to eat it, and they're going to want to make everyone around them eat it too. Same thing with livestock, eggs, things like that. If you have chickens that produce eggs, even if you don't have room for big livestock, you know, big livestock, you can put meat in your freezer for a year. That's going to save you immensely. But even things like eggs will save you a lot of money. We have so many eggs that we give them away. They are a staple in our dogs' diets. Our dogs are healthier because they eat them all the time for treats and for snacks. Just because we have so many, we don't know what else to do with them. And the great thing about growing a garden and having livestock is not only is it saving you money, but you can also sell it at farmers markets and let it make you money. So start small, start with something easy. Once you grow something, you're going to be so proud of it, you're going to get addicted, you're just going to want to do more and more and more of it. Gardening's not just about growing food. You can grow your own medicine or bird houses or dishes or sponges, all kinds of fun little projects. It's pretty addicting, so once you get started, just, you know, you're going to find so many things you can do in the garden. How about this one? Instead of just gardening, plant some fruit trees. This is a pear tree. I recently bought some pear trees for about $12 a piece. Okay, you're gonna have trouble getting a combo meal at a fast food restaurant these days for $12. But for $12, you can get a pear tree that will produce hundreds of pounds of food a year for up to or over 100 years. That is such a much better investment than wasting your money on those other things. So plant you some fruit trees. Learning a little bit about foraging can help as well. Look right here, we have wild persimmons everywhere. So learning the things that you can eat in your region that's just growing naturally everywhere will definitely save you money. And it's always going to be the most nutrient dense food, the stuff that's growing in the wild and in nature. We have, again, a whole playlist of videos on wild food and edibles and medicines. You need to go through and watch every single one of them. Now, if you don't have room for big livestock, a great option besides chickens is meat rabbits. And I will put up a video very soon about the benefits of meat rabbits. Now, it's not something that people typically grow. We do, but it makes no noise. It has no stink. It takes literally pretty much no land. You can do it in a 20 by 20 space or less. And it is an extremely nutrient dense meat that we will have on hand that's easy to process, easy to use. Anybody can do it. So if there's a necessity and you want to try it, that is an option that might work for you if you don't have a lot of property. What about hunting and fishing? You can put meat in your freezer for almost nothing, especially fishing. I mean, if you can find a place to fish and fill your freezer with fish, fish is very expensive. So these are just different ways to offset the cost of buying things at the grocery store. Learn how to hunt a little bit, learn how to grow your own meat, learn how to fish, trade with others who already know how to do it. Maybe you are a gardener, but you know someone who loves to fish. Trade things out, learn to barter. It's gonna make you live healthy. It's gonna make you live inexpensive. Another really great way to save a lot of money is to get a freezer. You can get a small one or a big one. Any freezer is going to help you to save money. It really just depends on the size of your family and what you're going to be storing, on how big you want to get. It's a little bit of an investment on the front end, but it's one of the quickest ways that you're going to get that money back in savings. Because when you have a freezer, you can buy things, especially meat, which is kind of expensive, when it's on sale, instead of just buying at, per meal, which can be very expensive. For example, we had a sale recently where chicken drumsticks were 40 cents a pound, sometimes 30 cents a pound. So, you can buy a lot, put it in your freezer and have it for when you need it, instead of, getting one tray for 40 cents a pound this week and then next week getting it for $1.20 a pound, which is significantly more expensive. Plus, if you grow your garden or harvest your own meat or go hunting, you're going to have a way to save that for the rest of the year if you get a freezer. It's a little bit of an investment on the front end, but it's one of the things that's going to save you the most, the quickest. So get you a freezer and fill it. One of the best ways that you can save money is to learn how to preserve your own harvest, your own food. Even if you're not growing a garden or harvesting your own meat, you're still gonna save so much money by canning or preserving or dehydrating your food, because you can buy stuff in bulk, which is cheaper. You can buy it when it's in season or on sale, which is cheaper, and then you can preserve it yourself. Besides that, it's in your food, it's healthy, you can store it on the shelf, you have food security. If you have a storm or some emergency where the power's out, you don't have to worry. There is such a huge savings, especially in convenience products. For example, I will link up a whole playlist in the description of this video of different videos on cooking and canning that you can learn how to do all of this. But in one of those videos, for example, we did barbecue pulled pork. And what cost me $22, if I remember right, to can, would have cost me almost $300 in the store had I bought this barbecued pulled pork already prepared in the frozen packages that you would get in the store. So it's way, way, way cheaper. And when I do my canning videos, I always give you a breakdown of how much more cost effective it is to do it yourself as opposed to buying it in the store. Now, of course, if you grow your own garden and preserve your own food, it's going to come out to next to nothing. The savings are just enormous. But even if you buy the product in the store, for example, pineapples or carrots, I did the carrots and it cost me less than a third to can them myself compared to what it would have cost in the store to purchase them already canned, and there's no preservatives or anything in it. So canning your own food, learning how to preserve your own food, different kinds of methods of preservation. Now you can get a freeze dryer, which is really expensive. It is an investment. You can get a dehydrator, which is not all that expensive, but a little more limited. I would recommend, if you don't have any methods yet, to start with canning. It's the least expensive, it's the quickest. To me, it's the most satisfying. I love to do it. It's pretty on the shelf. It's fun, and it will save you a lot of money. It doesn't cost that much or take that much skill to get started. And if you go through our videos, you will learn everything that you need to in order to do it, and it will save you so much money. Another way to save money, this is usually not a grocery thing, but sometimes it's a canning thing, is to buy things at the end of the season. For example, at the end of the fall, you buy the things that are fall oriented and put them up for next fall. Don't try to go and buy all your Christmas decorations at the beginning of the Christmas season. That's when everything is expensive. Do it at the end when everything's on clearance. Put it up for the next year. That will save you a lot of money. When the clothes shifts, when fall is over, winter is over, buy for your kids a size up the things that they're putting on clearance for the next year. Think ahead, and it'll save you a lot of money in the long run. And while I'm trying to do this video, this dog thinks he's a puppy and is trying to sit on my lap. And he can't because he is massive. But we're just going to pretend that's not happening and keep filming. Another thing that having a freezer or canning your own food is going to save you money is that it's going to keep you from having to buy those impulse purchases because nothing is fixed in the moment. And oh my gosh, people just came over, so now I got to order pizza, or I'm running home late and I don't have time to cook, so now I have to get, some fast food that is so unhealthy for you and is so expensive. You're gonna have meal prep stuff ready that either you can just take out and defrost before work, or with the canning, you literally just pop it open and heat it up and you're done. The canning has saved me so many times when people unexpectedly showed up. And, I could just open something and have it, not have to order fast food or because let's face it, if your family eats out one time as a family, that can burn up your entire grocery budget for a month. For people that are really struggling, it's just too expensive. So cut out the temptation to splurge and have healthy homemade meals on hand. Meal prep, have stuff in the freezer, have stuff on the shelf. Can use some things that are ready to just open and heat and eat, and it will save you money. Next tip is to learn to cook from scratch. When you buy convenience, you are paying high dollar for poison. And when you eat out, of course, all those things are more expensive. A lot of people, I don't know how, I don't know what to do. You can. In this day and age, you can watch a YouTube video, you can go online and look up a recipe. You can cook from scratch. But another tip is also to cook what you have on hand. Look at what you have and make something from that. Because if you have to buy special ingredients for every meal, that's going to get expensive. Go with your more traditional old school meals. They're healthy, they're hearty, they're inexpensive, and they usually don't take a whole lot of ingredients. It's going to be simple things. Mashed potatoes and gravy, or rice and gravy, soups, stews, hearty things like that, chilies, beans and rice. These things are really not going to cost a lot. It's going to feed a lot of people. It's going to give you some good nutrition, and it's going to stretch. You can cook one big pot at one time, portion it out, and save it in your freezer or can it or whatever. And you'll have, 3 or 4 different meals that you can just pull and serve later. So you're going to save money. It's going to be more convenient. You're going to be more healthy, and you're going to be more proud of what you're making. Another thing is that when you buy junk, it's going to cost you more money in the front end and in the back end, because it's going to make you sick and you're going to spend a bunch of money on medical bills from it. It might seem quick and convenient in the moment, but it's making you tired. It's making you sick. It's giving you all these chronic illnesses. It's poisoning your kids. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know it seems like you don't have time, especially for working people, to meal prep, but if you learn how to do these things wisely, you can do it, and you'll find that it's actually more convenient. We have been sold lies and confusion that we need this poison to make it. No, actually, it's really a lot better and a lot easier if you do it the old-fashioned way. We've just forgotten how to. So, like, share, subscribe, do all the things, and we will teach you. Cutting out the junk food for more healthy, natural food is not only going to save you money in that you're going to have less medical bills and sickness, but you're also going to eat less, because all of the junk food is full of drugs and chemicals that make you addicted. You're getting no nutrition from it, and it's making you want more and more of it. So you're eating all the time and spending all that money on that expensive junk that's killing you and not filling you up. If you eat natural things, your body's going to get what it needs, and you're going to find that you're eating less and less and feeling better because of it. Naturally, people will eat by nature. Throughout my life, for example, I typically growing up ate one meal a day for the most part, sometimes two. In later years, whenever we were raising some kids throughout the years that stayed with us, and of course, when you have kids in the house, you're cooking, all day long, 3 and 4 meals a day to make sure that there's always something around for them. And so I started snacking and eating. And in that time period, I got sick, I got big, I was tired, it was just not good. So, I got back on track, got back to eating 1 or 2 meals a day and cut out the snacks. And I started feeling better again, doing better again, and you find out that that other stuff is just so addictive and expensive. So I find, biblically, for those who are interested in this, ironically, that many times in scripture, whenever God fed people, like for example, whenever he fed Elijah with the ravens bringing him meat, he did it twice a day. So I have found that I have personally been my healthiest whenever I cut out the snacking and ate 2 good healthy meals twice a day, and then I had more energy. Now, I have dealt with different health issues through the years, like Lyme's disease and different things. So these things have helped me tremendously to, regain my health and my strength and my life back. So it's not only beneficial financially, but it's definitely beneficial for your physical body and for your family to get the snacks out of your house. They're really bad. If you're interested in learning more about biblical principles for food, I will put a link also in the description for an audio podcast teaching that I did on that topic. Another way that you're going to waste money is if you follow all these trendy internet diet fad things. It's a waste of time. It's not going to work. That's why it's one after the other, because people are searching. If you want to lose weight, you just got to cut the calories. You got to burn more than what you're taking in. Fast. It's going to save you money. You're going to be more healthy because of it. So just cut some calories out, skip a meal here or there, but make sure the meals that you are eating are healthy and giving your body what it's really needing. Because some people, I think, are starving with a full plate because they're just eating so much trash that they're not getting what their body needs. So don't follow all those weird trendy diet fads that's, put you on these restricted diets. You go out, you buy a bunch of stuff, you get excited, you do it for 3 days, and then you're tired, you're done with it, and then all that goes to waste. Just eat clean, eat healthy, cut the calories, cut out the processed things, like the bad oils. The fake oils are really what's putting a lot of it on you, and just eat things that are more natural. You're gonna feel better, you're gonna save money. The next obvious way to save money is to stop wasting your groceries. Eat leftovers. Put your meals that are left over in the freezer. Save them for another day, like a meal prep. Get you a mason jar sealer. This will prevent so much of your food from going bad prematurely. You can store it in jars, and a lot of this stuff will last practically indefinitely. Even the stuff that you put in your fridge, like your berries and lettuce and so forth, will last so much longer. For those that can't afford it, you can freeze dry things or dehydrate things again so that it doesn't go bad and waste on you. So you can save things for so long. Nothing gets in it, the bugs don't get in it, the moisture doesn't get in it. It will save you so much money if you're not throwing away what you already purchased. Find ways to use your scraps. This is vinegar that we're making from apple scraps, apples that I had cut up to make apple pie filling or different things. I'm now saving to make an apple vinegar that I can use for homemade salad dressings, vinaigrettes, just all kinds of different things, marinades. It's going to be absolutely delicious. It cost me practically nothing. The scraps that I would have thrown away or fed to the chickens, which I will still be able to feed the scraps to the chickens when I'm finished with the process, went in the jar, some water, and a little sugar, which you don't have to use the sugar, but it speeds the process up. So really, pennies. And I'm gonna have all this, amazing extra product instead of throwing things away. I did a video on how to get 6 different meals from a pot roast where I showed you how to cut the fat off, render it down into lard, and have cracklings from it, and just several different ways to get different meals out of one pork roast. Those kinds of things will help you save money, because if you just cook the pork roast, all that fat melts off. You eat the pork roast, in a meal or two you throw the rest away. No, cut the fat off first. Cook the pork roast, use it in different things, portion it out, use it in beans and greens and all those amazing things. Get you, several meals out of one pork roast, and then in the end, you'll still get the lard rendered out of it, which if you purchase is very expensive and not as clean and nutritious as what you would make yourself. And you get cracklings from it that you can eat, or you can use as dog treats or whatever you want. So these little ways will save you money. I will put that video as well in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of information, because ultimately in the end, most all of our videos come down to that, showing you practical ways to do things easy, usually with the least amount of equipment or skill or ability, in ways that will also save you the most money. Now, I know this is not technically groceries, but you may not think about a thrift store as a great place to buy kitchen gadgets, pots. If you go and look, sometimes you can find old rusted black iron pots selling for practically nothing. Great old kitchen gadgets that you can easily restore. And I will definitely put a video up about how to restore these old black iron pots. It's so easy. So if you're watching this, look in the description, because as soon as I post it, I will go back and add it. But that's a way you can save money just on your kitchen gadgets. Look in the thrift stores, the secondhand stores. People get tired of stuff. People move. People pass on, and they sell all grandma's stuff. They didn't even really know what she had, and they got a few bucks for it. You go and you get that stuff and restore it. You will be so glad that you did. Again, not food, but definitely a way to save money is to invest in some form of wood burning, heating, and or cooking. If you don't have a fireplace in your house, and even if you do, you might want to invest in a little wood stove, a little iron stove that will heat the house, that you can cook on occasionally. It's there for when the power goes out, but it also cuts down that expensive electric bill in the winter months. You can get the wood in the summer when people aren't shopping for it very, very cheap, and it will definitely offset the cost of winter heating in your house to heat it naturally. And it's fun and it's relaxing. It's the best thing about winter. All right, so I hope that helped you. Just a few little helpful hints and tips and tricks that can help to save so much on your groceries. I know things are getting really expensive, and for a lot of people, it's really a strain on their budget. If you have kids, if you have a family, if you're an older person on a fixed budget, make sure you follow this channel, because we're going to do everything that we can to help you. We're going to make more videos on how to save you money, on how to live healthy, on how to do things the old ways, because they made sense with the things that they did. How to grow your food, all of that good stuff, how to can and preserve. And again, we usually do in a lot of these videos, I've especially recently made an effort to break down the savings that you're getting. Now, I know over time those prices change, but the ratio of savings usually remains about the same. So I hope these tips have helped you. It's just a few of the ways that we save a lot of money, and as I think of more things in the coming weeks and months, I will continue to add them in future videos. So be blessed. I hope this helps you. Make sure that you follow, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all of those things that will help you to stay informed when we post more videos.